Good evening. A bus driver has died after being doused in flammable liquid and then set alight. There was no warning before the attack.
Terrified passengers were trapped in the smoke and flames but were rescued by an heroic taxi driver.
This is the aftermath of the brutal and cruel attack. Witnesses try to douse flames inside the cabin of the Brisbane City Council bus. Their efforts are in vain.
The fire was substantial. He would have stood little chance.
Moments earlier, 29-year-old bus driver Manmeet Sharma stopped to pick up passengers on busy Bow Desert Road at Moorooka. 3 or 4 people were waiting on the curb.
It was at that time that one of the passengers entered onto the bus, poured a flammable liquid onto the driver.
The front cabin erupted in flames. CCTV images recorded at the scene show the accused killer walk in the doors, stop and spray Mr. Sharma with accelerant and then ignite him. A large fireball then erupted. There was no escape at the front of the bus for the 6 passengers, among them children as young as 2 or 3.
They were just crying, screaming inside, open the door, let us out.
Agok Yek's level head and quick thinking saved lives.
Tried to kick the door and thank God our manager kicked the door and then break it and open and then they start to load up.
He couldn't see, but he could hear the people trapped inside. The attack was captured on CCTV. These images, obtained by 7 News, show the bus arriving at its regular stop just after 9:03 this morning. The aftermath is harrowing and shows fire spilling from the front of the bus. Worried onlookers rush towards the blaze.
I'm glad that taxi driver was able to rescue everyone.
I heard people screaming and banging, and they were trapped in the bus, and the front cabin was just giant flames.
It was heavy, you can't even see what's going on inside.
His life-saving actions earning praise too from the police commissioner.
That was because of the heroic actions of a taxi driver who saw what was unfolding on the bus.
Moorooka is a vibrant, tight-knit community shocked at what happened in their usually bustling main street.
A bus driver going about doing his business, supporting the community, and has had his life taken from him in what is senseless and a needless act.
Please pay a special thank you to our drivers for the job that they do.
The passengers were treated for minor injuries and smoke inhalation, 6 taken to hospital, but no one could save the driver. 7 News has learned that when police arrived here at the scene, the man believed to have carried out the attack was sitting on the ground. When officers approached him, he calmly asked for a lawyer. The 48-year-old accused left a backpack aboard the bus, which had to be checked by the bomb squad before the driver's body could be retrieved. He lives at this apartment block. Police delayed their entry for fear his home was booby-trapped. They believe he walked from here to the bus stop just down the road.
What was he like when you saw him this morning?
Just his normal self, you know what I mean?
He remains under police watch in hospital. This afternoon, friends of Manmeet Sharma spoke of a free spirit.
Still, it's hard to believe. My heart is broken.
He'd only just started driving buses recently and had lived in Australia for 9 years.
Wherever Manmeet goes, it's like laughter and singing.
A song now replaced with silent shock.
And Katrina, there's an impromptu vigil underway tonight.
Sharon, just in the last half hour, hundreds of taxi drivers began arriving here in what's become an incredibly moving scene. Now, before 29-year-old Manmeet Sharma drove buses, he drove taxis, and these are some of his colleagues who've come here tonight to lay flowers, to light candles. They say they needed to come together to express their grief in this way. Many didn't know him personally, but they knew of him. He was very popular in the Indian community. He was a well-known singer and he was engaged to be married early next year. Now, you can see over there the bus is starting to be taken away by the tow truck that will form the centrepiece of this investigation. The taxi drivers here tonight say they want to talk to police. This attack has made them feel vulnerable too about driving on the roads. And another more public memorial will be held at 5:30 right here tomorrow night.
All right, thank you, Katrina. And Simon Love, where is the attacker tonight?
Sharon, we understand that the accused is being moved right now from here at the PA hospital to the Mount Gravatt police station. The 48-year-old has been cleared of any physical or psychiatric injury. 7 News has been told when he arrived here at hospital, his hands were covered with police forensic bags, possibly to preserve evidence. Now, he's yet to be charged but will undergo questioning tonight. Now, it's understood that the man was a disgruntled former Queensland Rail employee, and the accused has a history of mental illness. Now, tonight, Sharon, we can bring you an update on those 6 passengers on that bus that were brought to different hospitals across Brisbane after suffering some smoke inhalation and minor injuries. All bar 2 of them have been discharged from either the QE2 or here at the PA.
Right, thank you.